we started on the leg, so why don't we talk about the leg first and the range of motion. It's actually, I think, a little bit easier than some of the other joints, but you can use this range of motion in your treatment for a lot of different reasons. For example, just for a starter, when you go to do your grounding, if you want to immediately start to use some, well, this is internal and external rotation of the hip in supine, you can start actually warming the person up with some internal and external rotation as part of your grounding, okay? Which will start to also relax the joint, it loosens it up, and you can actually use it right here, okay? The hip, what do you think the hip does? Dave Ellis? What does the hip do? Hello? The hip. It flexes. Okay. Hip flexion. So we're thinking about everything that happens right now at the hip joint. Okay. So to go up into hip flexion, if we don't extend the, if we don't flex the knee, what muscle is going to come into play when we try to flex the hip? Hamstring. Exactly. Good. So what happens is it's really not going to give us a good picture of what the hip does till we eliminate the hamstring. So just immediately by coming under the knee and bending it up, and then you just slide your hand to the side, you immediately get the hamstring out of the picture. Now you can assess what that hip does, okay? But everyone should watch as I do this, what happens to this leg, all right? Now some of that, this leg moving will be because his pants are too tight and it's just coming with him, okay? But we want to, we want to look at this range of this motion, take 10, range of motion, and also look at what happens here too, because this plays into it, okay? Hip flexion, hip extension, and what we do is our hand is on the side, we come, we drop under, and then we extend it straight out.
Can you show them what your hand is doing on their foot?
What type of range of motion am I doing? He's doing nothing, I promise you. Passive. Passive, okay? I'm doing all the work, therapist is all doing all the work, client is doing nothing, it's passive range of motion. Coming under the knee again. Also, my hand is on his Achilles tendon and his bottom of his calcaneus. I'm actually holding it pretty firm. I come under the knee, I lift, slide my hand out to the side. Now, my forearm right now is really supporting his foot, correct? And that way I can also get to the end that I want to get to.
Do that one more time.
Yep. So, again, Achilles tendon on the calcaneus. My hand comes under his knee to help me lift. His foot is on my forearm. My hand comes to the side. I can now use my forearm to help bring him to the full end, bringing him back down. As gravity now wants him to extend, I drop my hand under and I straighten him down.
It's not a choppy motion though, it's a very fluid.
Yep, so if I always tell people practice doing it 3 times, it would look like this. The angle and opening the angle. Is it also abducts and adducts, okay? Ab and adduction, this is how we remember it. Ab meaning to take away, add meaning to add to. True ab and adduction, knee and toe should be facing straight up and you should stay within the frontal plane, okay? What does that mean? What's the frontal plane? I know you did this in musculoskeletal anatomy this week.
Separation from the front and the back.
Cut your body, your frontal plane, cut your body from the front and the back, okay? Assess hip abduction. We're going to stay right here and be able to do it. So, abduction, adduction. Abduction, adduction. Abduction, adduction. Questions? You also can do rotation with the hip and hip flexion, okay? And that's when you get them at, I try to get him at a 90-degree angle, all right? And my hand is supporting him here at the knee and the foot, and then you can externally rotate the hip and you can internally rotate the hip. External rotation, internal rotation. And then when you practice this, you can actually feel the, you know, the difference in the end feels of this, okay? And then I can bring him back down, again under the knee, and down. His foot in. What is that? What's it called? Extension.
X.
We're doing rotation, so what type of rotation is it? Michelle? I'm going in.
External.
Yeah, good girl. External, right. People want to say internal because the foot's going in. They want to say internal. 9 out of 10 times. Everybody gets that wrong. Good job. What the femur is doing. Look at, what is it doing? It's coming what?
Oh.
It's rotating out. Exactly. Going in. Now it's going in. Okay? Questions? No? Okay.